Hello everybody, my name is Casper. If you are new, welcome. If not, welcome back. If you see my last video, you guys will probably know that in this video, I am reading the Murder and Mayhem series by Alexandria St. Pierre. I am reading this series in preparation of reviewing HellCat. Yeah, I was sent, and I'm very thankful, I was sent a arc of HellCat. I'm very excited to read it. I haven't read dark romance in about a year. I can't remember the last dark romance book I have read. I was gonna do a readathon over the span of my long weekend because it's the first long weekend I've had off, but it did get kind of busy the first 2 days. It just hit midnight, so it's now Sunday, but my brain's like, it's not tomorrow until I wake up again in the morning. So we are going to be starting off with Death Trap. I have it here on my Kindle. I will say on my channel, I don't do spoilers. I don't do spoiler-filled reading vlogs just because I want other people to be able to watch, and if they haven't read it yet, I don't want to spoil anybody because I personally hate spoilers. I am going to get reading this. I'm very excited to get this started. And I will give little updates of what I can update. I am going to get this read. I am going to get cozy and in bed and start reading this book, and I cannot wait. I'm about to have so much fun. So I just read the first 6 chapters. I will just say what I can say, because the first 6 chapters basically covers what's on the blurb. Again, I will say that this book is not for everyone. It doesn't wait to get to the darker stuff. It's instantly there. So again, check your trigger warnings, read safe. This book won't be for everyone. I am enjoying it so far. It is very easy to read and follow along with. It does grip you right away, and it is, I feel like the pacing's really good. It has a lot of chapters because I looked, apparently there's 101 chapters, but the chapters aren't super long and do flow by pretty good, like consecutively, so that's good. Our main characters, our FMC's name is Lilith, and I just love when any book uses like names such as that. We are basically seeing her being followed around by the Grim Reaper. Anyone she gets close to dies. Anyone she gets close to just and he basically watches over her, and once she finally gets a job and like moves up in the ranks to bartending, it says her shadow demon companion leaves her in peace for 4 blissful years, until one day when her colleagues passes away in a horrible accident. That's when she fears that he has returned. I'm starting to just get past this intro point because I like use the blurbs and stuff that's happened in the blurbs. It's basically an intro point of what I'm about to get into. But I'm enjoying it so far. Again, I don't know anything about this book. I just basically, I have some ideas forming of what's going on, but I overthink. There have been multiple times that I overthink and I spoil books for myself with my own brain. So I try not to think too much about what I'm reading until I'm done. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I could, like, me with thrillers, I have ruined thrillers for myself so many times with working out the twist well into the book, and then I'm like, oh no, here we go. That's like when I read any book and it has a twist that I just wasn't able to work out. I'm like, props to you and thank you. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm going to read a little bit more of this book, Death Trap, before I go to bed. But I will check in the morning. I will let you guys know how far I got, and yeah. I'm up. I'm cozy. I read a lot last night. I completely lost track of time when I was reading the book, and I read most of last night. Some things are happening. I'm starting to form some ideas, but I'm not going to say anything quite yet. Plus, also, I'm trying not to let myself overthink too much about the characters and where this could be going, because I will just figure things out, and it annoys me sometimes when I just figure things out. So I need to let myself not think and just read. I'm gonna continue reading. I will give you guys an update in a little bit, but the next bit you'll see of me is just reading. I fucking knew it. Sorry. This is why I can't think when I read. Oh my god, I got that on camera. So, okay. So that last clip clearly shows what it's like to read with me. I'm so obsessed with this book. I am so glad I caught that on camera. When I'm like reading out in public, I like at work, I can't yell like that. I can't just full on lose my crap over a book. Internally, that is what's happening all the time. But like, I haven't had, like, it's just like a moment like that, and it's just like, I have had like laughs and I've sobbed over some books recently, but like having a moment like that was just like, it was so visceral, and it was like me thinking like maybe this, but probably not, trying to like trick my brain into like being like, stop trying to guess things, you're gonna ruin it for yourself. What chapter? I'm not gonna say what happened because again, I don't do spoilers. But if you've read Death Trap, chapter 26, I knew it. I need someone who has read this book to talk to me. I need someone to debrief about like what I'm reading. What am I supposed to do with myself? Like, what? I knew it. I'm kind of mad that I knew it. It's not her fault. It's my brain's fault for overthinking, being like, wait a minute, I feel like these are connecting. I could still be completely wrong, but no, I'm not. I'm not wrong. I don't think I'm wrong in this. Because it's very blatantly obvious. And I was just like, I could be wrong. No, I'm not. Like, it just full on plain as day, just boom. I knew it. I need someone to talk to me about this book. Curse you in writing good books. How dare you do that to me? Anyways, I'm going to continue. I'm now about halfway through this book. Let me just say, I like this author's writing. Excellent. Give me 14 of them right now. Anyways, love the writing. It's great. It's like, I love how in the author's note, it's just like, warning, this is like one of the darkest ones I've ever written. I was like, this is my introduction back in. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't have it any other freaking way. I am gonna go back to sleep now. I literally got home, I had dinner, I read maybe 2 chapters, and I passed out. Like, it was like, I think 7 something, I don't know. But I was out. I fell asleep and I was gone from the world. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to sleep, and the next you'll see of me is probably reading at work. Welcome back to reading in another busy week in my life. I am enjoying this book. So it's been a little bit since you've seen my face, and I love how it's like almost every time I'm doing my hair, y'all get to see, because I use my iPad as a mirror. I'm like, you know what, might as well. I did finish Death Trap and A Promise for Christmas. I don't know what my last update was. I rate novellas a little bit differently. I enjoyed it, so I rated it 5 stars, but like, I will be writing out how I basically do my stars. A lot of it's based off feel, but I do have a consensus around, like, 5 stars is like, I absolutely love this book, would read it again, and it's really good. Anything in the 4-star range is, this was a really good book, and I enjoyed it, and I would recommend it to people. 3 stars is, it was a book, it was a time, I liked it. It wasn't a DNF, but it wasn't my absolute favorite, but I still enjoyed it. And 2 stars is like, okay, it's a book, I read it, moving on. And 1 stars is I should have DNF'd it. But, like, what I say is, like, I like to use, like, point scales. It's one of the reasons why I don't like rating on Goodreads as much as I like rating on Fable, because Fable, you can do 0.25, 0.75, like 0.5s. You can do all of them. You can do the in-between numbers, and it's a scale for me. There's not a lot of times that it's like just straight up a 2. But also, there are good 3 stars. There are not so good 3 stars. Like, that's why there's a point system in between the numbers. But thus, finished Death Trap and A Promise for Christmas, and I'm almost finished HellCat. HellCat is now out. I do recommend picking up the series. It is a very nice duet. What I think I have said, but I'm not sure. So if not, I'll probably just use this clip. Well, it is not necessary to read the novella. It is only 68 pages. It does provide a lot of tone, and just like it's helps you get to know our character Gabe, like reading from his perspective, because you don't in Death Trap, and he is one of the characters that we read from in HellCat. Because it's not a spoiler to say it because it's all over, but the main pairing is between Shem and Gabe. Shem was my favorite character in the last book, so I'm very excited for this. And plus, I read mainly MM pairings, just because that is my preference. There is bi-representation, there's representation of trauma and healing. It's basically a book of working through trauma and stuff. Don't get me wrong, there's some fucked up shit. There's some fuck shit in this book. But I am enjoying myself. Like, as I said before, and I will say again, and I will always say, check your content warnings and read safe. Content warnings are there for a reason. Once I am done this book, I will let you guys know. I'm right now sitting at a good, like, 4.75 to a 5 star. Like, yeah, that's about it. I don't have bad things to say about this book. I did really, like, I do and am really enjoying it. And I will be putting up a post on my other socials soon. The only reason I paused last night is I got to a chapter and I was like, okay, I'm gonna see how long this chapter is, and I seen 14 minutes. So something's gonna happen in that chapter. And I was like, I don't think I'll sleep if something happens. So we're gonna pause. I won't have a lot of reading time today. I'm going out with some friends. I'm currently, like, that's why I'm doing my hair and getting ready and everything. It is the next evening. I had work. I am back. I got an energy drink from work. I meant to record at work, but it was a little bit busy, and I've just been extremely tired today. I wasn't out super late with my friends yesterday. I got home at like 7:50 p.m., but I was exhausted. I almost slept in. I forgot to plug my phone in before I went to sleep because I like just said goodnight to my husband and fell asleep. My phone was at 3%. Yeah, I was just tired. All we did yesterday was walk around. We went and got coffee. We went to the bookstore. I got a new book, which I think I'll show in the next video, because I'm going to be trying to knock out a good portion of my reading goal over the next span of this end of the month, because I'm almost done this and my other ARC read for the month, which is Witch Lore by Emma Hines. I have 25% left of HellCat, but we'll get back to that in a second. But when I was at work, I still looked really tired. I do look really tired right now because I am. But I wanted to update because I was like almost in tears over like just the healing that is going on in this book and just how close to home it hit. There was a quote, I'm paraphrasing it right now, of just like you trusted someone who was supposed to protect you. And that just hit really close to home in a lot of aspects. It was very heavy like on the heart to read because of how close to home it was, but not in a bad way. This is like what I mean, like when people say like that healing, dark romance can sometimes help like work through some stuff for people. It can help, like witnessing the learning to trust, learning to be like vulnerable with people again, letting people in, and just like the growth and seeing the healing's not linear, and just the healing that is going on in this book definitely hit close to home, and it's held close to my heart. I am getting a 5-star feeling with this book. I just like, it was instantly like my chest, like even talking about it right now, it's just like ooh, that hit. If I wasn't on the bus, I would have sobbed. I would have just let myself sob because, oh my goodness. But I wasn't, and I didn't end up reading at work because I wanted to read the last little bit when I was home. I'm gonna read in a moment. I'm gonna get all comfy cozy, and I will then debrief on HellCat, and then I will debrief on the whole story. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay. The art at the end of chapter 66. I'm unwell. So it's the next day after work. I just took some time to decompress, but now I am here to just basically debrief on this duet, this series. I had a really great time. It's a 5-star series for me. I will say I did like HellCat more than I liked Death Trap. I have a feeling though that's because Shem is my favorite character throughout this series, because I can just like, I don't know. I feel like also with the healing and like aspects of this HellCat throughout that book, like the healing aspect of things just also was something I related to. But I digress. I read Death Trap, HellCat, and I also read the novella in between, A Krampus for Christmas. I do feel like you should read that if you decide to pick up this series. Like, if you check your content warnings, and I'm pretty sure, like, all the content warnings are on Alex's website. But I just wanted to, like, just basically ramble a little bit, tell you all what I thought. I think the premise of these stories were very awesome, and there's always, like, a little weight on my chest whenever I finish a series, like, when I am told, like, hey, this is done, the world is done. There is a note at the end that says she may write short stories in the future with some of the characters included, which I would love, but there's not going to be another installment because this is the duet done. I do feel like I would love to see so much more in this world, but I do understand that, like, this does feel very final. It does feel finished and clean. It does feel like everything, all the main characters' things were settled for who we were talking about. Like within the first book, Lilith and Ram, they're back to sorts. Lilith is back. If you've read Death Trap, you know what that means. But I don't want to talk too much about the book. I know that Death Trap came out a year ago. But still, I just always worry about spoiling someone. I don't want to spoil anyone. This book series, like, elicited a lot of, like, emotion in me. Like, you can see throughout this, like, just, like, the gasp, the face, like, just, like, that is a huge selling point for me when I'm reading. I want to be able to feel like I am in it. I want the tears. I want the laughing. I want the gasping. I want the, like, my brain just, like, boggled. I want to be, like, turning off the e-reader, slamming the book closed, to get it away from me for a second because it's, like, what just happened. I got those feelings in this book. Also, I don't know if I've ever cried during smut scenes, but there's specific things in HellCat that happen during those scenes that's just, like, it just goes to show, like, how sometimes dark romances, or just books in general, they're more than just the romances. They're more than just those things. It can really help the reader themselves work through some stuff, or just, like, feel okay in themselves. Like, the learning to be vulnerable, again, the learning to trust, the avoiding attachment, the fear of vulnerability. Like, just HellCat really, at, like, a base of it, is healing trauma for one of our main characters, and seeing how the healing's not linear, the push and pull of things, it's like a quote, it's not your fault. I would just highly recommend reading this. I want to keep it as, like, as I can. I did write a more formulated response, because I will just ramble. I have a harder time speaking my thoughts on it. I had a really great time. I really liked how things were imagined. I really liked the system of, like, how, like, the gods work, and I haven't read something like this in a while. I don't know if I've read something like this, but I really enjoyed it. Also, I don't know if I said it, this has been my introduction back into dark romance, and I really enjoyed it. I did. But I would highly recommend picking up this series. I would love to know what you guys think if you have read it. Definitely let me know. Let me know, like, what you guys thought. But yeah, I really like this series. I am going to continue reading another book. You'll see me in another video soon. The next plan for that is to be catching up on my Goodreads reading goal, which right now is atrocious. I have read around 16, 17 books this year out of my 100 because I was reading a lot of fan fiction at the start of this year, and I realized I could not count any of those towards my reading goal. So we are going to continue reading. But I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If there's any books that you would like me to read or any videos you would like to see from me in the future, please leave a comment down below. And yeah, I would appreciate a like, and if you want to subscribe. I am very new to this, so I don't have a too regular posting schedule yet, but I am getting into the swing of it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. I will see you guys hopefully next time. And yeah, have a great rest of your day. Enjoy reading. See ya.